Aye, I'm live. How did that happen? By accident. I've just been messaging. Wow, I'm glad I wasn't speaking to myself. What? I didn't finish my title. I wanted to put Sons of Equity. Sons of Equity. Anybody? Scribes, you've been watching Sons of Anarchy. I have lots to say on that, but we're not going to talk about Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Equity is something that I'd like to have titled this video, but not to worry, we're here, we're on. it's happened by mistake. I was just messaging a brother about tonight's hangout, the energetic hangout we're going to have regarding energy, hydrogen, power, 0 point updates. Ahoy, hello to the lucky 7 watching, fist bump. So I don't think Brother Lee from Sheffield's going to be able to make it. I've messaged Brother Lyndon. He hasn't got back to me. So as soon as I know, I will make the hangout and you will see tonight's video in advance and what it's going to contain. And I have got some updates to bring you in advance of that. We've got documents and videos to share. Such things like affidavits and court claim, estates in revision, CEST KV, trust definitions. All right, I'm uploading these to the .com as part of this afternoon's task. 5-minute understanding of the birthright, Settled Land Act 1925, and explaining the CEST KV Part 1. Those videos are getting added to the .com as we speak. I have also got a very, very interesting new document that I'm currently evaluating. I've answered all of the emails on the accounts of David at splspro.com, at contact at splspro.com, and donate at splspro.com. So all 3 accounts have been answered and the replies are in. Bosh. Thank you. I am a lucky man. There are some excellent emails. The face says it all in my inbox. Thank you all. Sorry about the delay. It is just me, and here it is me, only me here, not just answering 9 accounts in order of priority, and I have a whole mixture of many tasks to do associated with the website, plugins, updates, emails, YouTube. But thank you. I'm getting better. We are continuously improving, and I've responded to you all, and I've given you all relevant information responses. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I need to attend to at least a good 50 of them that I've responded to. I'm waiting for another answer back. So the interaction is good. I'm going to go visiting next week to see somebody and talk about very interesting points. I'm going to get a document up now to go give you some excerpts from. We are in the strongest position we could have ever been in. I've been on the internet. I've been using my my right in commerce to go and visit other places and to see what is the general consensus of others that are calling themselves truth seekers. And these truth seekers are on the same wavelength as us. I'm looking at papers to do with what did I mention before, speaking to a lady on the Book of Faces called Hales Owen 3 to 3.5 years ago. She directed me to the land registry. Initially she spoke in heavy etymological context, of which baffled me and I didn't follow. She gave me some points, and now 5 years, maybe 3.5 years later, the same things that weirdly I remember after all that we've done and all of the hundreds of thousands of interactions and days, nights, sleep. I remember vividly land registry, land tenure, 1066 Doomsday Book. So that's all very well and good for English law, language, etymology. It's too much, to be fair, for one man and one brain, which is why we have this family unison. And I'm happy to say that there is a 216-page document here on my laptop that will fill in all of the holes. It is not our document. I haven't stole it. It's been obtained lawfully, legally, honourably. I'm going to extract the information, the English law that's relevant to such things as of what I've brought to you and fill in the gaps. This is brilliant, to say the least. It's got a hefty contents. They're teaching courses as of 2018, like we're doing courses in Key Competence, Sovereign Educational Guild, where we've given away the free level through the Masters Guild there for you, and we've made the videos on the SPLs Pro channel for you to watch them. So what I've got in front of me now, other than the results of the videos that I've brought you with the consent being asked for sanctioning, Brother Michael, he's coined a new word. I thought he said spanction, SPANKTION, spanction. I've been a naughty boy and a naughty girl. I've been spanktioned by the decision maker. Yeah, we was having a chat about certain points, and yes, this is very good for articulation against you know, what we have here, and the interpretations of. So with regards to the news last week, and how we are with the agents in office asking for consent before they can sanction and to pass data over, that's excellent. We've got more news as we've brought to you through the videos, and in light of all of that and the strong position we are in, we have this document and some videos that I'm going to link onto the .com that are on YouTube for all to see, that aren't private, that are related to these very key points of English law, English trust law, the custom that has grown out of uses for trusts and land tenures that is now far overlooked by the majority, including those within the legal system of lawyers. So, you know, land tenures is something which you'll find. Go and do a search on Wikipedia, 1066, Doomsday Book. There's a William the Conqueror involved there. William the Conqueror, after he did his duties and obligations, he suffered an untimely death. Look at the untimely death of William the Conqueror and ask yourself, untimely death after, and look what he achieved and what he did and how it's formed. It's very contrived. It's more modern than the books of Daniel and the Numa Elish and the you know, the things that we look at there with the Battle of Gilgamesh and going back to Sumer, Akkad, Mesopotamia, Judea, Babylon, Egypt, Kem, and these kind of, we're going forwards now. I understand we've got a bit of this going off, but with the relevant things, these are the holes that need filling. This isn't our learning course here, so it's excellent. You know, English law is all trust law. Well, you know, don't quote me on this. This is going to be re-edited in our view, but it goes along the lines of, you know, common law is the common law of the group. There are many assumptions on the very basics of English law that are incorrect. I agree with that wholeheartedly. These basics, once corrected, will make one's journey into seeing the truth much easier. You're damn straight. Knowing who thy is, how to heal thyself, and what thy speaks, instruments. This isn't all written here. I'm just updating you. Just sit, just enjoy, bask in it. There is also nothing illegal about English law. Everyone within English law grants a land trust at birth. That must be terminated, and if not terminated, then fee simple. Andy said this a lot. We've pointed you in this direction. Those with the ears will have picked up on fee simple, and get acting cest K. U supplies many acting as cest K. U supplies many aspects of the cest K trust, or cest to KV trust use and cest to KV are also incorrect, and these courses will supply the required detailed information for you to read and learn for yourself, so that you can establish the truth and act upon it if you so wish. So this isn't my work here. This is going to be part of my research, due diligence and discovery that I'm entitled to do, that I've gone on, and I'm going to enjoy going through all of these documents, videos, new areas. If you're on the .com, Brother Warren has also put some interesting posts on of late that I've noticed. I would direct you to them. I've favoured them, and I'll be commenting later with my own detailed opinion on this, on these videos. I will put the videos also relevant videos that I've seen this weekend through what you've sent me an email. Bosh, thank you, much love. We're all on all cylinders here. This year is going to be a big year, a very big year. Let me just read something else that I saw that was quite standouty, slappy in the face. Everyone in English law can be a trustee and is acting as trustee as established in the Settled Land Act. When in possession of the land, so Land Registry, Settled Land Act, you're getting it now, you're hearing it, God, Creator, Most High, made man from the land. See Santos and Jordan Maxwell and others about how that may have. Also, when in possession of the land claimed that falls within the Settled Land Act, everyone also has the right to choose not to be trustee as long as they are the settlor to the Settled Land Act and not fee simple to the Settled Land Act 1925 or a trustee under section well, I'll leave that bit out. I'm not giving it you all. I'm just helping you and letting you know. We are lighting the blue fuse paper, the touch paper. Yeah. I got a little bit more I might want to read out to you then while I'm on this. There are some nice citations of case law. You know how we go there with these things. The case law is is critical. It's crucial. It stops the argumentation. It kills it dead, for want of a better termination. Is the one we normally use. Dissolve. Let me just roll down a bit more. It's not going to be a long this video. I've got a lot to be doing. I'm on it today, and I'm very excited. We're very lucky to have such solidarity. Thank you for the emails. And feudal land tenures is what is on Wikipedia that I brought you on another video with Andy and Kev or whoever. You will be able to check this out. English law is I'm on video. Get out. Not yet. Wants to just please give me 10. Just so gonna get on a video one day. Protect the princess at all times. Yanka, I'm sorry. I should have told you I was making a video. It's my fault. Lost everything. I hate it when that happens. Land tenure, Wikipedia, Doomsday Book, 1066, English law. This isn't copyrighted. This isn't secret. This isn't for us to harbour and keep and say, oh yes, how much money do you have? How desperate are you? What's at stake? Well, in that case, I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? That's not happening. The courses, as I've already published to you, are going to be the next tier of the foundation key competence is going from the public to the private. All right, and managing that and how we're going to do that. Black's Law 9th edition. Right, here we go. Fidi commissum. John, if you're in the house, all right, I need you and the etymological word masters to go through this. Black's Law 9th edition. FIDEICOMMISSUM. From brevity. The fidi commissum will here be called the trust. The person upon whom it was imposed, fiduciarius, FIDUCIARIUS, FIDUCIARIUS. Because of my dyslexia and the tiny screen print, we'll say that twice. Whom it was imposed, the fiduciarius, the trustee, and the person in whose favour it was imposed, fidecommissarius, the beneficiary. So fidecommissum and fidecommissarius, the beneficiary. Fidecommissarius, Black's Law 9th again, see Cest K Trust. Cest K Trust, one who possesses equitable rights in property. Cest K V, the person whose life measures the duration of trust, comma, gift, comma, estate, comma, or insurance contract. Interesting. John, what are you saying? I hope you're in the house on the replay. I'll be checking my comments this weekend, so if you could kindly, scribes that have got online dictionaries, you heard them words before? I don't think you have. not many of you. I have seen them a few times, you know, the Latin and the etymology. So yes, we've got more concise argumentation. These words are not copyrighted. These words are private. These words are words. Your language is your tool to conduct yourself in this realm. So this is weapon time up. This is shields up. All right. I'm not going to go through all of that. The sole foundation for this contention appears to me to be based upon an assumption which in my judgment is altogether erroneous, namely that the Act transfers, as it were, the legal estate in the Crown property from the Crown and vests it in the Dominion and the provinces respectively as corporations capable of holding property, real and personal, to them, their successors, and assigns forever. But the Act contemplates no such thing. I'll get back to that in a bit. So you get where I'm going there. It's got how one becomes subject for me to check into, introduction to English law and jurisdiction. So I'll be checking on that. Territory is land. All right, who owns the land, makes the rules for who uses the land and the things on the land. Man on the land, beneficiary on the land, the territory, occupied territory, terra firma, terror, territory. Interesting word. The next word or phrase or object or noun is going to be the subject matter. This is agreements, the set boundaries, concepts and rules negotiated between the person and the owner of the land. When a person who is bound to an agreement breaks the agreement, the subject matter is the law one breaks. Specific subject matter of Sestu K trust land, not Sestu KV trust land, Sestu K trust land. The next, the third and the last is personal, and it says jurisdiction is over the person and the thing, the law in question. Jurisdiction is the law that binds the person and the thing based on the territory it is in. The rights of natural persons not in fee simple are life, liberty and land. The rights of the juristic citizen acting as an agent to the juristic unit with civil rights and duties are life, liberty and property, not land. So yeah, that's all I'm going to give you from that. I'm not being naughty in any way. We don't appreciate items, documents, works and things going from the .com and getting out there that are unmonitored because there is damage that can be done. It's not that you take it, law is law. All right. This document doesn't say anywhere in it at all on it that it is copyrighted and that it is to be kept in the private. It doesn't say anywhere who the author is. I know where it's from. Yes, and that's it. We have several of these around the realm, all right, and it's dangerous for them to get out before we actually have a look at this and convert it into our speak. So when you go out there and you research, you will get documents from all areas. You will get them from the public domain, you will get them from the private domain. SPLspro.com is in the private domain, and we issue publications and documents that we find in the public domain and everywhere. This document, because it's from another domain alongside what we do, and it clearly is somebody else's work, will not be stolen, it will not be copied, it will not be skimmed and ripped and whatever, but it will be studied and it will be evaluated, and I will be making the notes, and furthermore probably doing a publication based on my new upper standing, most high upper standing of our current English law. And yes, like I say, emails and what we're doing and things that the synchronicity is absolutely unreal. For me to recall something, a little bit of a commentary from the Sovereign Solicitors, I think it was at the time then, from 3.5 years ago, tells me that I've got the brain to actually do this with mistakes, with errors, with omissions, with backtracking and continuous improvement. That's why we haven't rushed in and we are still where we are now. So yes, brothers and sisters know that we have a small team at the moment which is struggling to keep you know, that every agreement in place there, agreement, when we say that, we mean just the ethics and morality, private agreements of managing you, responding to notifications, responding to emails, things like this. I agree that I will communicate with you. I agree that I will bring to you and include the ones that can and promote them and bring them up. So the relevant documents are uploaded to the .com, ones we're allowed to do. This one is not going to be uploaded. It's part of my own personal research. You are all welcome to go out on the realm like I have done, and I do, and get in with others, say hello, you know, have a look at civil law, criminal law, constitutions, you know, England itself, territories, military, you know, the, what do we call it, the Commonwealth, the colonial empires, and so forth. You'll find there is a lot that make mistakes. There are a lot that make errors and omissions. So that leads me on to David. David, are you... Come on, give me strength. That leads me on to... it's hard trying to get some time to yourself on a Saturday. Sovereign. Email. Sovereign citizen. Can I explain that? Stop folding your arms. Yes, I can. I can explain that, but I'm not going to. I want you to explain it. I want you to look for it. An oxymoron is what I've pointed out, is an interesting state of play with sovereign and citizen. Myself and Andy have pointed this out many times, and Kevin as well, others in the chat. Look at also a criminal offence. Now, I've explained criminal is an act, a deed done by man, the flesh and the blood, to another flesh and blood, and it would constitute a crime. Harm, injury, loss, and fraudulent dealings. That is your crime from man to man. There is a victim of flesh and blood, and there has been some damages occurred. That's your crime. An offence is where there is no victim, there is no flesh and blood, there is not necessarily any witnesses. There is a claim, and you've infracted upon a policy, and you're classed as having an offence. That offence will always be directed to the all caps name, the estate, the entity, and the public person. Now, your lowercase name, you the private name, you know, I am called. What is your name? I do not have a name. I am called David. Yes, I own a name and I use a name. Can you please get that in there? I do not have a name. You may have a name if you so choose to put yourself in that status, standing, and capacity. You may choose to claim that title. But I now 100% sovereign citizen, criminal offence and names and callings, duties and liabilities, assumptions and presumptions. We're on it. So we go from the top. Name, don't have one. I use one. I have the use of a name. I was given a name. That's it. Well, who are you? I am called David. That is how you may address me. Address. Where do you live? I live in my body. I am housed, the house of, yes, temple, thingy, body. I live here. I'm not trying to be pedantic or facetious. You want to know, this is it. I live in my body. I use a name. I am called David. Bosh. Sovereign, self-governing, private, non-contracting with any entities, clean hands, operates private, on the land, in trade, these kind of things. That's your sovereign, self-governing, non-handout, non-contracted, always in the private, no public liability, reservation of rights, locked in. Whether you're in some kind of other setup doesn't matter. That's how you would be classed as sovereign. So when you look at the Queen and the Parliament in the United Kingdom, the Trust, that's not England and Wales, that's United Kingdom. How the hell can this be sovereign? How can they have parliamentary sovereignty and the Queen be sovereign, and we coronated the Queen, the little subjects, that's what you are, the peasantry, the subjects of civil, mandated, public, constitutional law, of codes, of penal codes, yes? So come on, it's not hard. And if we're doing this for 3 years and you haven't got it, that tells me we're up shit creek without a paddle. Your boat's got a hole in it and you can't bung it. So don't try and go up the stream to fight when your vessel's leaking, because you're not going to make it to the battle, let alone attend a battle and win. So hold up. Let's just, you know, pause. If you struggle with that, you've got trouble. If you don't struggle with that and you excel, help me explain it to everybody else. The public, the private, the sovereign, the citizen. That's an oxymoron. An oxymoron. I'm not going to tell you what that is. That's another word for you to look up along with the rest in this video. Oxymoron, public and private, names and calling and living, yes, and your liability and your rights are all very basic 101. These are, you know, how you would, you know, look at getting on the road to being a sovereign. So you can't give Elizabeth or any queen any kind of title or rights that we do not own ourselves. And when you know about X, Y, and Z, and you know all about the realm and you know how it is and the biblical prophecies, I've seen the intelligent design in life. I have seen it. I can prove it. Fibonacci, flower of life, seed of life, quantum mechanics, the subsequent studies that have been done since the photon splitting, you know, technology there, the double slit experiment. There is an intelligent design to life. And if there is an intelligent design to life, as much as they push the lies about the Darwinian theory and the Big Bang, that's what they want you to think. Oh, it happened with a bang and we came from chimps. Well, if that's your point, then great. Well done, and move on, because that's not my point. I wasn't created by accident from a bang. That can be proven, and you know the point they pushed at is an absolute joke. And then the chimp factor. All right, let me tell you this: you research the embryonic stages of a human baby in development. Human monster, I know, at ease. Human baby in development. I've got a video somewhere. You'll find it on YouTube. It's called something like The Lies That They Tell You. He's even got it. I've read it in the book. I've studied it. I've seen it multiple times. The depiction of the human embryo and the other such embryos that was put into the medical publications and articles and associations in your public academic route has been proven to be a lie. Darwin's theory has not been proven. So with the embryonic stages of development in the mother's womb of fertility from the meiosis and upwards and other such species, and the fact Darwin's not been proven, calls for concern. Finding an intelligent design for life, let alone the megalithic blocks and the sciences and the numbers, is irrefutable. So we're on a path. We've got the eyes, we've got the ears, we've got the evidence. We are sovereign. Bosh. Yes, when you include the Most High and being created in the image of. Please see my quite biblical and, you know, prophetic videos of late, and you will get up to speed. I haven't finished on that because, as you can see, too much to be doing. There's too much going on, and the UFO that I saw when Kevin and I was doing the Pip and Pip special there with the update. I've had one, Sister Nonna, Bosch. She's shown me in Germany the same thing as what I saw, so I'm going to bring to you the name of that video. No, it's unrelated, but it's very, very interesting, and yes, I want to tell you what I've seen, the title on that. Sister Nonna, thank you. Very, very interesting to see some evidence of exactly what I saw. If you want to see, when I was on that chat with Kevin, the little weird train of 1,000 and something stars, because I'm on about the realm and intelligent design, then this, I'm going to try and put the link straight into the chat for you, all right, so you don't have to mess about trying to find it. This is exactly what I saw. If you do watch the skies and you are interested in them, and good for you, I'm with you. I am also watching and interested. Here comes the link. I'm going to look at your comments in a minute. You might get some feedback if I haven't muted. Let's mute. Shabbat. Here we go. My pleasure to show you from Sister Nonna this link, all right? If you don't want to watch it now, that might be good. You might want to save it, copy it down for later. Come on, here we go. That's what I saw. Explain to me what that is, please. That's and I told you it was like a train, 5 miles long, containing about 10,000 stars. That's right. On this video, there doesn't seem to be as many lights, but when you watch it, you will see a long line and it's not as just exactly the same. It's on one level, it looks like, but that's the conceptualization of what I saw. Let me say hello to the scribes in the house. Take a breath. Astral, hello there. Long time no see. Kevin, Lev, Mark, Papacy, Papacy. That's right. That's where the paparazzi live. And I'm glad that you're taking note and you're making note of the seas. My favourite of all the seas is what I've become to be immersed in is the prophet sea, the sea of prophets. The Bible could be looked at as basic information before leaving Earth, some kind of primitive explanation about how to get out of the public contract that you're in now. I'm not saying that that's all you need, but yeah, the seas are in there, and the prophets and the books. Stephen, thank you and well done. Hello, Lux. Tommy, hello. Let's see if we've got mouse power so I can sit back a bit. Bad ergonomics, sitting on the leather sofa doing a cast. Sovereign citizen nonsense. Yeah, it's confusing though. Basic parts, parts of the family are getting confused with the basic way of understanding, understanding this. So, yes, that's it. You're called. You have a calling in nature. Hello, Astral, Marilyn. Lots of hearts and love. I like this. I like the scribes and your vibe. You're feeling good today on the Saturday. As always, on the Saturday, we try to give good, empowering news and updates of where we are and what's happening. So I hope you're getting that vibe today. You are creators. Bow to no man together. Yes, Paul. Word ending OR. There's a clue there in the words, like I say, how they end, other than the etymology, the phonics, the language, the gematria, the legal, the babble. We're just building, partition, listening in. Okay, Albert, good luck. Thank you. Be careful. Health and safety all the way. Lisa, that was excellent when you saw that Skyflyer. I have seen many here in the Alaskan wide open skies. Skyflyer, who knows what it is? I'm seeing flashes, what look like satellites moving overhead, massive shooting stars and trains of stars. So I urge you all to look up. And I've had some emails, some excellent emails, ones that have actually got P1000s and stuff to look at. I've so much to catch up on still, even though I've read all my emails and answered them. I now have all of the content to look at, the video links and your documents, and just keep it coming. Sorry about the delay, and thank you, Skyflyer, Lisa. It may have been a worm from the side, and when they're heading away, you see the home. Yeah, it could be anything. I'd like to keep it structure though, with energy and mechanics and realm and law and yeah, creator. And I'm going to find out what's happening with brother Lee and Lyndon, and I'll be making a hangout. So watch the channel for a hangout tonight. It may, slim chance, not go ahead, but I do believe Lyndon said he should be able to make it. He's a wealth of information, and I'm concerned about brother Santos and his health and what is going on there, what could be going on, technology, direct energy weapons, more gallons, all of these kind of bodily Wi-Fi routers. Oh dear, I'm sat like 3-4 meters away from one. It's just there. And those of you with knowledge on Wi-Fi routers and bandwidths, frequencies, it's not just about solar and free hydrogen, oxygen, and what we can bring to you there. So yes, we will see indeed later tonight, and I'll do the hangout and put the details in accordingly. Foo Fighters, I like that. Elongated Musk. Paul, that's brilliant. Elongated Musk has fired dozens of 5G satellites. Oh, has he now? All right. One for FPV, Lev. Yes, Jerry, indeed. One for all the fam. So let's see if I can get an update on here with regards to messages as what's happening later. See if Lado can make it. He has just sent me a message. I am on the .com, and I see who is online. G-Star's done some improvements on there, some updates. Yeah, as always, give us your feedback. I'm going to do a newsletter to everybody who's on the .com. Right, I've got to sort that out. Foggy, I've just seen a comment from there. We will sort this out. All is good. Let me look for a message. Confirm about tonight while you're here. For the viewers that are on and those on the replay, I'm so happy. I'm so happy where we are. There's more work to be done, but this year will be the definitive year. All the publications will be done. All of the basic information will be out there. Your key competence will be at its strongest and highest that we can ensure it goes to. From our point of view, that is. You know, I brought out the phrases and the words in prior persona, in Surrey juris proprior persona, yes, in personam and things like this. This is the area of where we're going to go to, but this land tenure, trusts and beneficiary, you're not ready for that, some of you, until you get the basics covered. So we appreciate that, and we will endeavour to help, but most of it will come through the .com and the formulation through the structure there for the competence and the next line of courses. Right there. Let's just ask Sheffield now, see if he's online. We'll find out. Anybody else got anything to say? Updates, concerns, comments, requirements? If you do see things in the sky and you are confused, you are not alone. I'm not saying they're all UFOs. There could be anything. All I'm saying is there anybody some answers on that? How to lift up the Son of Man that Freak Sense did with Santos on. That was definitely very interesting. I would like you to look at a man called, where is it? Look at this for a lengthy documentary. Hang on, oh, wrong buttons. Wait, let me get to history. I'll give you Chuck. It's about time you met Chuck as well, for those of you interested. What is going on there? I'll go to my history. I've got a video, another one to put in the chat. Just being a bit slow at the minute because it's doing quite a lot of jobs, and I've got high amounts of security on my email client. Was corrupted with the 9 accounts on my phone and 2 laptops, so I have to be careful when I open emails now, and I have to have the maximum amount of protection on. So this is why there is a delay as well in things. It's not as easy as it used to be. Here we go. Right, get ready. My gift to you, for those that can take it, you've got a 7-hour presentation coming into the chat by one of my, he goes alongside Alan Watts, Jack Fresco and Napoleon Hill, the 4th man of the horsemen of the Sons of Equity. Okay, if you watch this man, you will see why I think and do what I do. It's not copying anybody. It's taking those 4 brothers, which some aren't with us now, and this man, I believe Chuck still is. If he isn't, I'll say RIP when I find that out. But this 7-hour, it's only one, it's not all of what he's done, it's just a presentation. It's 7 hours long, and it is entitled Chuck Missler, The Full End of Time Mix, Rapture, Nephilim and Coming Deception. If you want an introduction into Chuck, I'm going to give you one now. Also, Why They Lie. These are basic videos that you should, well, Chuck isn't basic, but this next one is a basic video that you should be well on with, and you should have this you know, in your forefront, or you should have looked at it previously. This one is also, this is about the lies and the corruption and the Club of Rome and how they operate and why. Okay, this book is a book of giants. What this has got in here, because I've been looking at Sardinia and the Santa Cristina well and the giants that have allegedly the historical contents. I know it's scatty, but there's something for everybody in my history. Chuck Missler, let me search it, that will make it easier. It's a 7-minute video about numbers and Chuck and the way that he sees things, and It's absolutely fantastic. It will stop you in your tracks. Here we go, 12 minutes or so. No, I will find it. It's not too long. I think I sent it somebody in a message to watch, didn't I? It may have been G-Star. Let me see if I have a... I do have... 1 minute. I need to give you this one. Before you watch that 7-hour one, I appreciate it's 7 hours, and you need to know. Sheffield's not answering, okay? So just watch out for the link on the channel. I'm sure the other man's coming in. Give me 1 second. Oh, the David and Goliath, I've got that as well for you. You need to watch this, the unheard story of David and Goliath. Here we go. This one's a must. This one I would like all scribes to watch that are fascinated with stories and their context and how and where we get the overview from, and how they, you know, myths, legends, everything like that. It's just no happy medium for you at the minute. I need to see all my screen. This one is just brilliant. Story of David and Goliath. Right, let me see if it's here. This could be it. I may have found it. If not, I'll go on Facebook and find it before I go. You are getting that link. This, well, if you are into your numbers and your synchronicities and... No, alright. I'm going to have to... I'll go through my history one by one. It's the only way to be sure you get the right one. We'll go quiet a minute while David concentrates, okay? Wireless mouse, best thing since. Allows for good posture. So many, I must watch 50 videos a night. Depending on the length, obviously, because you can't get it in, but you know, it's just bear with me. Just bear with me, it's not too far away. You need it. Oh, Chuck. What a legend, what a mind, what a man. Just, you know, take the Bible stuff with it, and he, like I say, this one here, oh, that's a good video I'd like you to see. Let me get rid of some of these pages so I can queue some more up, and then we'll be able to get on. Oxyhydros, yeah, I've got that to sort out. Very excited. Who is the Antichrist now? Carry on, I'm getting closer. Been looking at some stealth campers, oh I have indeed. Alright, let me see. Barbell's hidden message, Torah codes. Chuck, that was a good one as well. Torah, T-O-R-A-H. What are we talking about? Toroidal, Tauruses. And then there's a book called the Torah, T-O-R-A-H. T, physical, got your O, you got your R-A for Ra, and you've got a H on the end of it. T-O-R-A-H, toroidal. It's just, it always comes back to slap you in the face. You know. Oh yeah. There we go. Is this it? I think we got it. It might not be. But wait there. Back to Tartaria. Someone was telling me the other day that someone's been to the Vatican taking a picture of the globe in the Vatican behind a glass case, and there's a continent there that says Tartaria. Anybody else had the privilege photographing that globe in the Vatican? That's right, Francis, turn the globe around. You've left Tartaria allegedly visible. I'm waiting on evidence from it coming to my inbox. What? Yes. I'm getting there. I've got some queued up to drop in. Put your comments in, please. You've got to have this video. Here we go. I've got more Chuck. I've watched so much Chuck. You've got to bear with me. I've got, you know, the Epic of Gilgamesh lecture. I've had ones ask me what Gilgamesh is and why that's relevant. It's got the story of the rebirth. It's got the Bible stories in here. This Epic of Gilgamesh is the creation of the universe from Sumer times, ages of Sumer. So that's why it's relevant. It's before Jesus, and it contains stories of the Bible in. Hello. Could it be this one? No. First Crusade. That's disgusting. The First Crusade full documentary. Have a look for that. Trust me, as always, it's worth the wait. I think we've got everything queued up that I need. 8 dimensions of quantum physics and theory. I've got to go. Yanka is waiting for me patiently. Look, 10 minutes. No, I've gone too far. Let's go then. Have this one. This is Professor Eric Lathwaite, Magnetic River. This is in advance of the hangout that we'll be doing tonight. This is just gives you a little teaser. You take from it what you want of these. Wow, let's move you again. Round the outside, round the outside. Yeah, let me just scroll down. Let me check it's in. So you've got Professor Eric, Bible's Hidden Codes. This is the, how long's this? This could be the one. This is the one. If you want to know about Chuck Missler, I hope I'm saying that right, okay? This, oh wow, it blew my mind. Not just because of 24 minutes, I'm slightly out then, yeah? This is an introduction into the mind and why I followed. This is the first video I saw, or one of the first I saw of Chuck's. That one there. So grab that one now. Anybody that's an indie, light worker, crystal, synchronicity, loves numbers, you're going to love what this man's put in this video here. Absolutely incredible. It will maybe take you 3 watches, even though it is 24 minutes long. He's got 7s in the Bible, and what he's done, his research is like, it's just time, all right? So get into that. Bible's Hidden Messages, Torah Codes by Chuck Missler. What an absolute legend. Thank you, Chuck. I do hope that you're still around in the realm for me to send my thanks to. Here we go. What am I posting in now? How the origin of life points to the existence of God. When I say sovereign, okay, when I say there is an intelligent design, I've been to the temple under the dome, and I've had a little chat, and that's why I am sovereign. All right, the origin, the existence, you forget, you know, we've forgotten, we've got lost, we strayed from the path, and yes, the jungle is massive. You know, I told you not to stray from the path back in the day, because the jungle is massive. We went out there, we strayed from the path. And if you want to know about the Epic of Gilgamesh, this is a lecture by a man called Andrew George. It's had over 500,000 views, all right, from the Harvard Semitic Museum. He's the professor of Babylonian School of Oriental and African Studies, SOAS, University of London. The Epic of Gilgamesh is a 4,000, all right, containing Bible stories, remember, is a 4,000-year-old Mesopotamian poem about a hero who embarks on an arduous quest to find the secret of immortality. Preserved on clay tablets in cuneiform script, it is generally considered to be the earliest work of literature to survive from the ancient worlds. You know, the old worlds, the Old Testament, the old world. In this illustrated lecture, Andrew George, author of a prize-winning translation of the Epic of Gilgamesh, explores 4 themes related to this Babylonian masterpiece: the archaeology of the poem's recovery, the reconstruction of its text, and the story it tells, and its messages about life and indeed death. Presented in collaboration with the departments Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations and Comparative Literature, with the support of the Provincial Fund for the Arts and Humanities, Harvard University no less. So it's not just a free man chirp about what we think, you get me? Have a chew on that. So I hope you're feeling happy, positive, enlightened, updated, shared with, loved, cared about, and you know, the future is the Sons of Equity. My Sons of Anarchy, honestly, if anybody's watched that, what do you think of the Sons of Anarchy? Do you like it? Would you like to be them? You know, I'm going to make a citizen's arrest. There was a scene in it. FBI agent pulls up. I'm reviewing it. I'm not watching it because I've got so much free time and I love these, you know, productions. I want to know what the hype is about. So I'm researching a little bit. CIA, FBI agent pulls up, man on a motorbike, the main character on his bike. I'm not going to tell you, I can't even be arsed with it. And he's there at the lights, and this FBI dude says, hey, blah, 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 searching, warrant, blah, blah, blah. And the guy replies, well, we're all free men under God, under the protection of the Constitution, aren't we, officer? And he rides off on his bike. And I'm like, no wonder I've been directed to watch this. Another one, somebody's doing something and they're like, what's happening? He says, we're doing a citizen's arrest. Somebody is, you know, the topics in this are quite raw. I'm only researched up to 5 episodes of series 1. Rape, drugs, death, community bikers, Hell's Angels, the depiction of them. I don't know if they're going to glorify them or if they're gun removal, gun control. There's a lot of you out there in the States across that pond, and I do like the conceptualization, but what they're doing here is portraying to the upper and middle classes again. They're occupying the subjects of, not my terminology, but that's how it is, I'm afraid, and many levels. There's many interpretations and many different messages and many different mixed stories from that one presentation, much like the Game of Thrones and everything else that they put out there for you to distract you from. One other thing that came up in chat yesterday from Brother Matthew, whilst I and Greg was on about a 2-hour chat, Matthew pointed out in chat that if somebody has a debt, an alleged debt, you know our position on all of this, the debt, and it isn't dealt with straight away, and there's complications and there's mitigating circumstances, so the debt then gets sold on to somebody else. That's the scene. Dig the scene. There's an alleged debt or charge, we'll call it a charge, and it's not been dealt with. So what's happened is at this point in time, the debt has now been passed on to a third party, officious intermeddler, third party interloper, and there are fees and fines and maybe forfeits that have been added on. This isn't a court fee. This is just a debt, an alleged debt, and you know, it's been pointed out that it's now at the collection stage. So Matthew points out, he was talking generally in wide terms about this with Greg and myself on his view, and he said, so I rang him up and I said, so I'd like to offer a payment of this debt, please. This is Matthew on the phone now. And they said, oh, sorry, we can't do that. And he said, what do you mean? And he says, I'll just give you the account number. And she says, yeah, that's a new account. The old account has been passed to a collection agency. He says, well, I didn't do that. We haven't arranged that. You've done that yourself, yeah? We should have one account with one debt, and this is what I'm ringing up to make a payment on. You've closed that account down, you've sold it on, you've opened up a new account, and here I am giving you the old account, which is not recognised, and there's a new account that you've put the reference for the old account that you've sold on. You follow with me? You here with me? She said, yes. He said, well, can you just confirm you've sold that debt on for collection, yes? Or have they been passed it as a client and they're looking to collect it on behalf of? She says, no, the debt's been sold on. Okay then, thank you very much. I've no need to pay that debt. To which the woman replies, oh yes, the debt needs paying. You do need to pay that debt. To which Matthew replies, excuse me. He says, the mafia used to buy debts off folk. He said, so they could control man. He said, if John Smith owed a debt, the mafia would go round to the business and they'd say, hey, how are you doing? Any debts you want, any debts you want to sell? Actually, yeah, we got a couple of 3 or just one. This guy, yeah, he's like, oh, how much he owe you? He owes us 5.5 grand. It's big fat Tony. I'm Italian blood, I can call him Fat Tony. There's no stereotypical, you know, Fat Tony's in all of the... So Fat Tony says, how much are you? 5 grand, all right there. I'll take that off your hands, you know, we're not on the phone now, sorry. I'll take that off your hands, put the phone down. Give me the name, give me the address, everything like that. There's your 5 grand. Tell John Smith that he owes Fat Tony 5 grand. I shall lend the boys round to see him. This is in old school times, yeah, when they buy the debt. Now, Fat Tony has bought John Smith's debt of 5.5 grand off this man, whoever it is. We'll call them the electricity, gas, energy supplier. So now, that's effectively what they've done. In Matthew's own words, there was a debt. They can't be arsed with dealing with it. They can't be bothered, literally. It's all double dipped and fraud and assumptive, presumptive and whatever. So they pass it on. However, they pass it on and they pass it to someone to collect for. That's different than selling it on. So Mafia, Fat Tony, John Smith. John Smith gets a letter from Fat Tony. He's now got to do what Fat Tony says. But John Smith hasn't contracted with Fat Tony. This is a mafioso, grandioso design of the seas, the papacies, the currencies, the Club of Rome, and what they've done to us. So, you know, you could argue that we don't accept the offer to contract with a third-party interloper, officious intermeddler, however you view it. No thanks, you're a gangster. The debt's been bought and paid for. Look at the, you know, position on that. With that, there's no duty and obligation anymore. As for the new account, let's crack on. It's only 75 quid on it. I thought it was 5.5 grand. You've got rid of that. You've given it the Mafia, aka debt collection enforcement agencies. That's all they are. Whether it, you know, all of them. I've dealt with Marston's, JBW, and about 5 others. Mostly they see the popular ones coming up, and they don't always buy them. You need to check what stage of collection it's in. So it was just beautiful that Matthew, you know, with phone call, hello, account number, okay, how much is that? 75 quid? Oh, no, it should be a few, you know, a few hundred quid at least, and the 5 grand, you know, a big amount made up, 5 grand. No, it's 75 pound. Where's the 5 grand? Oh, we've sold it Fat Tony. You sold it Fat Tony. Marston's, JBW, Rosendale's, whoever it is, and they've bought it. Oh, nice one, thanks. So the debt's dealt with. Somebody's bought it. Done. Bosh. You know, in the grand scheme of law, Matthew, I was like, yeah, that's it. I wish I could speak it like that. I said I might say that as soon as the next go live. When the Mafia buys a debt, they can use it to control a man. That's not good. That's nasty. That's Club of Rome style. Mafia, Rome, hello. I thought, I'll use that nicely just to slip in there. See what the feedback is from the scribes. They haven't grasped that part. You know, they soon will. We don't do business like that. It's not very nice at all. As it's late, what's this then? We've got things going off. Let me just see. Sheffield Lee is available tomorrow or onwards, mate. All right then. We're gonna cast with come on, Brother Lyndon. We'll see Lee tomorrow. See what he says. I've got fast at typing, as you can see now. I've got to get through the work. Hundreds of emails, updates and interaction. That's it. You've been updated. I'm going to go for comments, and thank you, Matt, for your eloquent, simplistic way. Not that he's simple at all. He's a very intelligent man. But it's just like, agent on the phone, bosh, nice one. Sold it to the Mafia. I don't want to deal with them. I've offered you the money. I've set a payment plan up. You've decided to do that. Great. Bosh. Thank you very much. Who has the trademark on the Bible? Good question, Jerry. The creator. Right. I would argue, I would point out that when somebody with a pen that is a man writes something, what do? As the author, you autonomously put down your thoughts, which are what? Intellectual thoughts, your intellectual property. You may be reciting it, or you may be, that's what I do. And if I'm using other people's research and I'm putting it into my own words, it's not theft. That's just, you know, cross-pollination and further research amalgamating that. And I will always openly say, I can't tell you where all my research is from. I can't remember where it's from. I can't source it all. If I use somebody's work knowingly, I will put the source and reference. That is how we are. So the trademark on the Bible, author, authority, autograph, autonomous. Yeah, so it tells you the authors have the authority and the intellectual copyright and the liability, such as what we're bringing out there. The books of the Jesuits have trademark from Astle. I get what you're saying. It's all good. There's no right or wrong answer. This is a chat of family. Soul trader, one singular. John's in the house. John, I asked you for some help in the beginning of the video. Did you check those words out? You need to rewind, my brother, or I'll give them you again. They are important. Can I copy them off that thing and drop them in? If I can find them again. John, talk to me. Probably not. There's so much to bring to you. My brain is a little bit foggy, scattery. It's everywhere, as you can see, at the best of times, but then when you do it there. John, I've got some words for you, and you're getting them just so I know you've got them. No, it was after that. Here we go. Somewhere around here. Latin words, weren't they? Infant Acts. This is a good one. Infant Acts. RSBC 1996. This is not copyrighted. This is an act. It's public. It's out there in the domain. Domicile of infant. John, hold fire. The domicile of an infant is A. If the infant usually resides with all of the infant's parents, and those parents have a common domicile, that domicile. B. If the infant usually resides with one parent only, that parent's domicile. C. If the infant usually resides with a person who is not the parent of the infant, and that person has a guardianship or custody of the infant, that person's domicile. Or D. If the infant's domicile cannot be determined under paragraph A, B or C, the jurisdiction with which the infant has the closest connection. Wow, just generally just popped out while I'm looking for these Latin words for you, John. You're going to have to rewind. Fee simple, it was after fee simple, was it not? Yeah. Trustees, yeah, gone past that. Yeah, you're going to have to help me to help you, John. There's a job for you there in the beginning of the video. I clearly have got blinded by the data. Yep, I'm not blinded by the data, John. You'll have to help me now. Go back to the beginning when you get a chance and get those Latin words of such and check them out. I'll be doing the same. Scribe as you do the same. It's not actually on John. Not at all. Document scribe. Can any of these agent document verify debts? Yes, Jerry, I like that. Thank you. Alan, hello, brother. De-fact up, really. De-fact, yes. Canon Law, Bible, Ecclesiastical, look up crime of... Yep, that's on the .com, the crimes of falsehood and the canons and everything in that. Yep, search the .com forums for crimes of falsehood, or go online and find out what you can find out there. Information within said books. Yes, there is, Jerry. Indeed, there is. Enjoy. And I'm getting videos up on the .com later. Low volume, David. That's because I'm not shouting. Thank you, Astral. Just how it is. The mic's got no level on it. It's just on the handset. So I'm just being calm. It's a new Dave. It's a new brother. John, I'm annoyed. I am annoyed. Come on. I'm going to get them words for everybody else as well, so you don't have to rewind. Control F on a document brings up your search box. FIDU. How many do we get there? 1 of 4. Not that one. How far down's that? Too far. Wait, administering the trust, fiduciary power now. Get back up. Ah, John, we got it here. Let me post all of this in. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is what the family do. I've only got a limited amount of icons on my text, characters. YouTube. Wait then, fam. Can I get this in? You got to be able to see that. Oh, I can't copy from the document. No, you're having a giraffe. FID. It does say copy. And it clearly doesn't do it. So to get around that, we shall do this. I wonder I haven't got square eyes. I've lost the chat. Bear with me while everything reconfigures. I'm going on slow. Yes, here we go. The words today, the words of the week are family. FIDEI. COMMISSUM. Check that one out. Then we've got this one, FIDUCIARIS. I know it's annoying when I spell it out, but it helps my brain put the right letters down. I'm sorry about my way that I struggle, and I will not be held liable for any mistakes or omissions when you copying off a dyslexic, hyperactive man. And the last word, along the lines of Fiddy, Fiddler on the Roof, from the Sons of Equity. F-I-D-E-I-C, good Lord. C-O-M-M-I-S-S-A-R-I-U-S. Wow, have a look at them. My gift to you. Fidi Commissariat si Sestu K Trust. Sestu K Trust, not Sestu KV, but Sest K Trust. Sest K Trust. Sest K one word and trust, but no V. Sest K Trust. Yeah, Sest K, then V separately. The person whose life measures. So, enjoy carving. I can't even copy that. I'll bring this to you later. I've got so many half-finished jobs that are primed, ready to go. .com. It's looking good. We're still waiting on updates from Member Press. I'm going to ring G-Star next. Hangout is on for later. I'm going to touch base with Lyndon. Thank you all for subscribing and watching. I now need to go and check Yanker as well, see what that question was. Homework related. Let me just check the last of the comments, then we go in. Please rewind selector to get the full scope of your updates, and I'll see you later on, I believe. Falsehood of a smooth tongue. 20th Century Chambers Dictionary, Blandet. Commission Fiddler. There you go, yeah. Thank you, Jerry. Hilarious. Right, much love. I've got to go. We'll see you later. Stay sovereign, private, stealth governing, and full of love. Ciao bello. Thank you, scribes.